Hello, I'm Sana Khan, and you're watching Circle. Today we have with us Dr. Rahul Kamble. He is a consultant microbiologist and infection control nodal officer at the Leelavati Hospital and Research Center. Please welcome him to our show, Rendezvous on Patient Safety Series. Hi, Dr. Rahul, how are you?
Hello, Sana. I'm fine, and I hope the MediCircle team is also doing very well.
We are fine, thank you, sir. Okay, so to begin with, patient safety is a global health priority, hence proved by COVID. What are your thoughts on the same?
I think patient safety and as well as the healthcare worker safety is an inherent part of healthcare system, and both of them are based on co-production. No one should be harmed in healthcare, whether it's a patient or it's a healthcare personnel. Yet we see a number of adverse events occurring globally. About 134 million adverse events happening globally, about 2.6 million deaths happening globally because of the adverse events. About 10 to 15% of the healthcare associated infections happens in developed countries, 20 to 25% in developing countries. And these healthcare associated infections are preventable. Also, we lose a huge amount of money in medication errors. About $40 billion are lost in medication errors. 40% of the adverse events happen in primary settings, and 80% of these adverse events are preventable. So I think there's a huge gap in delivering a good quality patient care in healthcare settings. And there should be a systematic approach adopted by all the healthcare organizations if we want to provide a good quality patient care. And it has been proved in the COVID-19 pandemic, not only the patient care, but also the healthcare worker safety environment is equally important. We were in the beginning of the pandemic, we saw that we were short of the doctors and nurses to treat the patients. And even now, though the pandemic has been slowed down, we still are seeing the healthcare personnel getting exhausted. So we should provide an equal importance to the healthcare workers also too, along with the patients.
Right.
And this COVID-19 pandemic has been a teaching lesson to us. And this WHO has come with a very good initiative to observe this 17th September as a World Patient Safety Day. It will be a good reminder for all of us to observe, to have maintain a sustained culture of good quality patient care as well as the healthcare worker safety. The theme for this year's patient safety is about safety, healthcare workers, safety, patient safety. To speak for healthcare worker safety, I think it's a very good initiative from the WHO.
The theme for this year's Patient Safety Day is Safe Health Workers, Safe Patients. What is your contribution towards the safety of the health workers?
See, involved. I am associated with Leelavati Hospital as a consultant microbiologist and nodal officer for hospital infection control. So, hospital for healthcare associated infections, not only preventing infections among the patients, but is equally I am responsible for preventing infections among the healthcare personnel, whether it's a doctor, nurses, technicians, attendants, or any housekeeping.
Right.
So, what I do, I have a team with me. I'm a nodal officer of the committee. Through our rounds, we see what are the dangerous substances that are present in the patient care area that can be cause a risk to the healthcare workers. What are the working practices and which environment? What is the environment safe? All the facilities for safe working is provided to them. Now, if you see the COVID pandemic, majority of the infections were due to poor doffing and donning technique. So I and the team extensively trained the healthcare person on the donning and the doffing of the personal protective equipment. Then if you see the hand hygiene, then hand hygiene is an effective measure for preventing healthcare associated infection. Then our team trains the healthcare person on hand hygiene. Then we ensure that the vaccination has been complete for the healthcare personnel. All the healthcare personnel have been vaccinated against infections such as hepatitis B. If you see the figures, about 40% of the bloodborne pathogens in the healthcare workers are due to unsafe injection practices. So we train the healthcare workers on the safe injection practices. So it's all the training. We extensively focus on the training for the healthcare worker safety. We do audits, we do risk assessment, evaluate our risk assessment sheets, and prioritize the risks and see that the healthcare workers are safe and doing their work. I'm grateful to the healthcare personnel of whether the doctor, nurses, technicians, all the sectors for their contribution in this COVID pandemic. It is not easy for the healthcare personnel to for about 6 hours to wear this PPE like N95 and to risk their lives and and to save the lives of the patients. So indeed, it's a great job from everyone is equally contributing.
True. This is a digital age and healthcare is highly influenced by technology trends. How do you think this transformation will support patient safety today?
Digital transformation in healthcare has been a boon for the healthcare organization. And COVID-19 pandemic has been a lightning bolt to bring the healthcare providers as well as the patients together and convert this necessity into an invention. If you see the examples of digital transformation, see for example, this now patients don't want to wait in the waiting rooms for their OPD consultations, for the diagnostic test or for
Right.
OPD admissions. So this is being happening through via text messages on the smartphones. Then
Right.
there are telemedicines and teleconsultations are on the rise. So this is benefiting the patient. They're improving their convenience, their acceptance, and their satisfaction, and is helping the patient safety by adoption of the digitalization. If you see the e-prescription, majority of the errors are due to means wrong prescription from the part of the clinicians. Through e-prescription, the clinician can directly pass the prescription order to the pharmacist. If you see the healthcare informatics has been a boon for the clinicians to get readily accessible information about the patients and to have a reference of all the drugs of the patient records for the treatment of the patients.
Less of
So
miscommunication.
overall digitalization has been a boon for the healthcare system, but also not it also carries a risk with them. If you don't properly align the digitalization according to the patient's acceptance or the healthcare personal's acceptance, and then if it is not user friendly and according in alignment with the existing healthcare system, can have a reverse effect also. It can lead to delayed diagnosis or treatment or miscommunication or the confusion or distraction, and I can express a reverse effect. So appropriate implementation and alignment of the digitalization in the healthcare system is also equally important.
True. Diagnostic errors, healthcare acquired infections, medication errors, readmissions, wrong site surgery, and communication are the major patient safety issues. How do you ensure proper patient safety?
Uh, patient safety is an integral part of healthcare, and with the position as an infection control nodal officer, it's my responsibility to not only to take care of the but also the healthcare worker. For the patients, as a with the team of inpatient control nurses go through the take the patient rounds, and we see whether the patient is having any infection, whether there is a pre-existing or the community acquired, or whether there's a healthcare associated. If there is a healthcare associated infection, then we do the root cause analysis. Why did it happen? Whether the care bundles for the prevention of the healthcare associated infections were followed properly, whether hand hygiene was done by the healthcare workers. If not, then wherever the lacuna is there, then we train not only the healthcare workers, but we also involve the patient also in their own care. We have medication nurses, wound care nurses, infection control nurses, who are very actively involved in the training of the healthcare of the patients for their own care. And if the patients are involved in their own care, it adds to the safety.
Mhm.
Then being as a then if any patient gets any infection, then we whether it's we see that the device days are followed or not. Then as a part of the quality management committee, I'm a part of the quality management committee, as well as a drug therapy committee. As a part of the drug therapy committee, then my role is to analyze the prescriptions given by the clinicians. We see whether the rational drugs has been prescribed rationally, because drug antimicrobial resistance is an emerging problem among the patients. The patients carry on this antimicrobial resistance from the healthcare settings and pass to the community and vice versa. So I is my role to as a part of the drug therapy committee to see that rational prescription of the drugs is then we analyze the antimicrobial consumption and see that there is the antimicrobial resistance among the patients is prevented. Then as a clinical microbiologist, I see that the patient safety is not affected in their pathway, right from the patient encounter with the doctors, from the sample collection, from the sample processing, till the dispatch of the results, and their final encounter with the doctor for the treatment. In this whole pathway, we see that the all the standards and the guidelines are effectively followed, and that doesn't negatively affect the patient care.
It is a long process to be followed.
It's a long process. So it patient, we see that we focus that the patient is actually involved in their own care, and it doesn't our care doesn't negatively affect them, and it is a teamwork. Our healthcare organization strives hard to maintain a safety culture for the patient as well the healthcare workers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rahul, for coming to our show and giving us your valuable time and insights for our patient safety series at MediCircle.
Thanks to the MediCircle team also for giving me this opportunity to express my views on patient safety. And I hope through this interview I pass on a message and to you to work hard for building a better healthcare system.
Thank you
That's
so
all.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good day.